Hello, ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, and everybody else under the rainbow of our wonderful community. How are you doing today? We're back with, I don't know what day it is, because I don't know exactly when I'm putting the videos out, I'll be honest. But welcome back to Sexy Spicy September, where I play a new Otome game every day in September, whether it's on YouTube or over on my Twitch. We are checking out all these beautiful Otome games. Today, we are looking at Fantasia, A Regime's End, and it seems like it's just the demo. So, let me read you a little bit about that. It's in the fantasy, as you will see in a minute. The story is, when the kingdom of Requia fell into the hands of its enemies, DIDN, the princess fortunately managed to escape with her two trusted bodyguards. You are an assassin sent by DIDN to kill the princess and end the war once and for all. But will your allegiance falter? So there are some trigger warnings of, like, you know, death, execution, things like that. So it's recommended that you at least be 16 years of age. On my channel, I tend to have everything set for not children, 18 up. So if you're here, you should be good, but just for your information, those triggers could and will pop up. So just keep that on your radar. And with that, let's go over to the game. I was gonna say video. It's not a video, it's a game. We'll see if I have to move my camera, because that is just an always thing I have to worry and watch for. So as you can see, we got the fantasy. I really like there's a sword as my clicker. This must be the princess. This is us. And then we got, you know, scary eyes. We love scary eyes. One thing, and I don't know if they'll let me do it later, but there wasn't anything to gauge sound and change things like that. So that's kind of meh to me, but it's also a demo, so maybe that's something they'll add in later. Let's start. Ooh, okay, this is pretty. Before we start, would you like a basic introduction to the world? Of course, you can also skip it since your story is brand new. Tell me of the lore, tell me of the races, I'm good. I want everything to be a surprise. I want to learn from the story itself. So why don't I just say I'm good? All right then. Oops. Back then, after Thanos was defeated. Thanos, are we in Marvel? Sorry, so sorry. Back then, after Thanos was defeated, war broke out once again in several continents of the world. The world's inhabitants believed that with no one there to instill fear into their hearts anymore, the time for seizing all resources was now. As such, a smaller scale war broke out between two other kingdoms on the opposite ends of the globe. Yes, this was a tale between DIDN, an empire ruled by an elven king, Armand Exarmaris. I will change that pronunciation every time I have to read it. So, just like with voices, I don't know consistency. And Requia, a kingdom ruled by a Navandel sultan named Hussein Khalfani. Ooh, she's pretty. I love the color scheme for her. But long before all of that, the Sultan had had a daughter. She grew up to be unrivaled in beauty and grace, and her smile brought warmth to everyone's hearts. Her name was Fatima. Things had begun to change in her world the day she met that young boy. Let me tell the story from the beginning. Baby Fatima! I'm putting an N in there. Fatima, excuse me. Princess Fatima was playing happily in the castle courtyard as usual that day when she noticed a maid rush by and leave a door to the outside unlocked. As the princess of the kingdom, she had always been restricted to the castle grounds, unable to see what the world was like beyond the castle walls. And her younger sister had only ever scoffed at the idea of going outside, claiming that the roads were filled with dirty peasants. But just this once, Fatima tiptoed quickly toward the exit and ran away. Chances like this never came twice, as they say, and so she went. The city outside was bustling with more people than she had ever seen before, and much more so in the city's marketplace. Everyone stared at her naturally. Her royal garb seemed out of place amongst the tattered robes and cloaks everyone else was wearing. She could hear hushed whispers from them, but no one dared to come close. At least, not until she finally made her way downtown, where the common people resided without a noble in sight. Fatima didn't realize she was being followed until a gentle tap on her shoulder stopped her in her tracks. "What's a princess like you doing out here in a place like this?" A tall half-elf loomed behind her, his touch soon turning into an iron grip as he began to yank on the little girl's shoulders.
Let me go!
Your knights in shining armor aren't around to help you here, dearie. Oi, Rom, you daft or something? The Sultan's gonna have us killed! Another man appeared from the darkness. He was a Navandel, and he seemed to have a little more sense than his dark-haired companion. I really like the colors, even like they didn't put art, but they put colors for them instead. I like this. Not if no one finds out. What are you gonna do anyway? Sell her? You know that war is about to break loose, right? If we can get her to Armand. Fatima's eyes widened. Her father had spoken ill of that elven king. What did he say again? Yes. Armand was a lazy, barbaric buffoon who has the audacity to ask for the Golden City's resources. Requia's capital, the Golden City, even in this majestic place where agriculture and resources thrived, dark alleys such as these still existed. Armand wanted to take over the city, but it had only been a rumor. Until now. Stop! Ooh! Okay, so he is like actual boy. Okay. The three of them were surprised when the young boy emerged from out of nowhere, in his hands a sharp object that was passable as a shiv. The redhead was a Navandel boy whose face was covered in dirt. He had visible scars on his arm, a street rat who had never felt comfort all his life. Get out of here, boy, or we won't let you live. I refuse to let you lay a hand on the princess. You're outnumbered. The man's words were cut short. The boy wasted no time in talking and used a nearby crate as leverage to jump towards the man's face. The man quickly put his hands up in front of himself, releasing his grip from Fatima's shoulder. Alas, it was too late. Ooh, look at like the action shots. The boy's shiv sank into the man's palm, followed swiftly by a roundhouse kick to the man's stomach. The boy then shouted to the terrified princess, "Run!" But she couldn't. It was the first time in her life she'd ever seen blood. You won't get away with this, boy. The boy turned and quickly dashed between the second man's legs, tripping him instantly. He maneuvered toward the princess and grabbed her hand, pulling her from the two screaming men. Follow me. I'll get you to safety. Fatima kept her mouth shut as she followed the boy back to the castle, managing to open her lips only once they had arrived. You okay? I'm fine. Thank you for saving me. What's your name? I'm Malik. That was the day she had met Malik. The young boy was rewarded with gold, but he refused and asked for a job in the castle instead, wanting to better his life. Okay, Malik grew up. Okay. Malik had a glow up, as we would say. It turned out that he had a knack for fighting, He had a knack for fighting and quickly became a squire, then a knight. The young man's hard work propelled him through the ranks until he was promoted to Royal Knight, a position reserved for those of noble birth. Of course, this caused an uproar within the ranks itself, as everyone questioned the Sultan's decision. However, anyone who dared to raise their sword against Malik soon realized why. Anyone except for Altair, the princess's bodyguard. It could have been out of envy, because Fatima's gaze always lingered on the young knight's chiseled figure, or simply because Malik never listened to him. Leave at once. This is the royal palace. But Princess Selma loves to collect rare seashells, and she always ordered them from my master. What is all this ruckus? Oh, Princess Fatima! I am Zen, a wandering merchant and Master Tahar's apprentice. I'm sure you remember him. Of course. My sister always buys Master Tahar's seashells. Where is he now? The young demon shook his head. I'm sorry, but the master has recently passed away. My deepest condolences. You may enter. But Princess... Your Highness, we have never seen this man before, and Master Tahar never brought or talked about this so-called apprentice. Of course he wouldn't. Do you think a demon like me can so easily enter the palace without raising eyebrows? Yet you try anyway. Upon second inspection, Fatima noticed that even though he looked human, he evidently had fangs and claws. Evidently, right? Questioning my reading! He probably really was a demon. The Sultan disliked demons, so there was unsurprisingly a low population of demons in Requia, as he barred most of them from entering the capital. But due to the lack of his demonic features, at least compared to others, he was presumably allowed residence. What are demons? Demons are vile creatures, milady. They come from the realm of Thanos and worked for the Dark Lord himself. Had Lady Valen of Seldris not destroyed Thanos, the demons might have enslaved us by now, and... Hold on. That's a generalization. Most of us didn't fight in that battle. We just wanted to live. I'm sure that's what you tell everyone. Believe all you want, but Master Tahar had actually wished for me to inherit his business, and with the threat of war looming over our heads, we simply cannot let you in. Is there something we could do? How about this? A friendly voice greeted them from behind. It was the red-headed knight, out of his uniform again, no less. Leave, Malik. This isn't your concern. What is with that gaudy outfit? Hey, I'm done with my duties today. I can't help but overhear y'all. I couldn't help but overhear y'all. Are you gonna make me leave by force? Of course not. All you need to do is to get your master's will and show it to us. Then you can basically, legally enter. The squinty-eyed merchant stroked his chin. A devious smile sprawled across his face. In that case, yes, it can be arranged. Well then, I apologize for the misunderstanding. I shall be back tomorrow with my master's last will. The merchant bowed graciously and pulled his cart toward the town, waving his hand in farewell. Let's not hope he returns tomorrow with a forged piece of paper. Great job today, Malik. I'm so proud of you. Oi, you're too kind. I'm just doing my duty, ma'am. You are endangering this castle and everyone who lives in it. A demon inheriting Tahar's business? What is this world coming to? Calm your tits, Altair. Your ladyship's fine with it. What? How rude to mention something such as... Would you prefer bosoms then? Have at it. Okay, I love this dynamic. I am really leaning towards Malik here. I do not know why. I really like him. And there's something just really fun with whatever voice I've chosen for Fatima. She just gives off, yeah, she gives off, of course, beauty and grace, but she gives off like that really just wanting to help everyone, which you want in royalty, I guess. I didn't clock if she's the younger or older sister, like who's gonna take over the throne. But if she would be the one to take over the throne, I think they're in good hands. The young knight heartily slapped the mage's back. Oh, he's a mage! Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't know, that also passed over my head, my bad. Altair looked utterly disgusted, but he bit his lip in silence so as not to offend the princess. Now, Malik, let's not upset Altair anymore. A petite maid approached the trio, informing Fatima that her studies were about to begin. As Fatima waved goodbye to the two men, Altair turned to Malik in a fit of rage. You have no chance with her. You know that. Ooh, why? Because you have a better chance than me? A nobody? No, because she's better off with someone else more fitting. A prince. A wealthy nobleborn. I'm just a low-ranking noble who has nothing to offer her other than my talents. I wouldn't have ever even looked in her direction had the Sultan not appointed me to be her bodyguard. For her sake and everyone else's, leave her be. Honestly, I never understood why the king chose you as a royal knight instead of Reginald. Malik clenched his fist, but he was not an idiot. Altair could propel him backwards with his magic before he could even get a hit in. You could never beat Altair in a fight. The reason why Altair was Fatima's bodyguard instead of him. The conversation ended on a sour note. Only Fatima was left clueless as to why the young knight never met her gaze again afterward. We're an assassin! How do I get love if I'm the assassin? How do I get love if I'm the assassin? Am I gonna like propel them together? Am I the outside force that's like, yes, you will fall in love with this one? Do I get love? Wait a minute, do I get love? I did not sign up for this. The young demon quietly hummed to himself as he wheeled his cart away from the castle. The upper part of Requia was gleaming with so much energy, the market full of people and the noble women chatting around. Some of them gave him nasty looks. Someone of his class didn't belong here. I want to make sure the sound's not too loud. I'll pull it down slightly. Zen squinted hard and hit his claws all he could. He didn't want any trouble. Demons were rare in Requia. In fact, he would be the only one allowed to stay there this long. The reason he could walk around was merely because he had a residency pass given by Master Tahar. But now that the old man had died, Zen was a little bit unsure of what to do next. He saw a crying girl on the sidewalk. She seemed to be lost. The merchant huffed at himself and passed by the child. The last time he tried to help one out, he ended up being persecuted as a kidnapper and had to lose all of his merchandise. So he kept walking, leaving the upper district toward the downtown area. He was greeted by the stifling acid air of the lower district area that was filled with the choking fumes from the plate above. Zen knew that some people were brewing Euidius Serapotus into potions. Is that an actual thing, or was that just, a clever way to put in certain words and whatnot? I don't know. Potions? It maybe not. I don't know. This is fantasy. This is a fantasy story, Those that made people drunk with happiness. Temporary ones. The pollution from the brewing seeped down to the slums and became trapped in the claustrophobic pit. Many people also smoked here, and the people lived so close to each other you could barely breathe. It gave the whole place a certain feel of rot. Or perhaps it was really the waste of all the uptown junk. Yes, here was where the average people live, far, far away from the noble life. A place where outlaws like him thrived the most. The demon wheeled his cart into the shop, where he had been spending his year. Well, I guess I should go and forge a letter or something. What was Master Tahar's signature like again? And his gaze stopped on a figure waiting for him inside. Zenpu! Hey, okay. Ooh, she's cute too! Oh, she's got a little music note next to her! I like what they did, like the coloring and the shading in the hair is really, really nice. It was his twin sister, Mai. She, too, had died and turned into a demon at the same time as him. So they are dead. Ooh, okay, I wasn't sure how demons became. Okay. Oh, did I not? Mai? Hey, where have you been? You should have sent me a letter so I could prepare a meal first. The boss sent me on an errand, but I felt like stopping by, so I did. Here are the books you wanted. I stole them from the boss's lab, by the way. Ooh, thanks. By the way, how have you been? I see your fashion sense is as bad as ever. How unstylish. Mai's lips curved into a grin when she looked at her brother from head to toe. What? But you clearly have been working out, Senpu. You must be popular with the ladies now. Of course. That's what I get for pulling this card every day. Really carved out the upper body muscles. Every? What? Won't your master get a horse? What an ungrateful man. I'll have a word with him right now. You can, but then you'll have to dig his grave first. Oh, he's dead? About time. Don't say that, Mai. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be able to live here and start my own business. Have you been living well, though? Does anyone give you trouble for being a demon? I'd like to think I'm used to it. Even though demons are more violent than other races, and we used to work with the Demon Lord. But you're one of the nicest guys I've ever known. You can't let them treat you like a savage. To be fair, you haven't met any decent guy, Mai. The boss is decent. No, he doesn't count. Alright, enough about me. What errand are you up to now? Oh, do you know the huge-ass monster living in the seas that looks like a sea kraken? Girganos is like gigantuan, like, you know, the play on that word. Do I want to say Girganos? 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 Girganos. Let's just go hard. Let's go hard all the way. Moving on. Girganos. The boss wants me to get its heart for some reason, so I'll be heading to the port and sailing on the high seas. Isn't that dangerous? Should I help you? Dangerous? Ha! I am the greatest wind mage ever. None of you peasants can stand a chance against me. All I need is a little swing from my fan and whoosh! Get my drift. Alright, I get it. Before you go, I think you should spend the night here. We have a lot of catching up to do. Oh, sure. I was looking forward to that. So tell me, what have you been up to? Well, I've been getting a lot of weapon orders lately. Aw, okay, I like the siblings. So he or she's gonna be important in some way, because why would you have two characters? Why would you have two characters that have like a whole little thing if they're not gonna be somewhat important? Okay, I needed to press the spacebar again. Fatima was walking through the castle courtyards, her eyes filled with tears. Princess, what are you doing here at this hour? Altair, who was on his way home, approached her with concern. He could hear her faint sobbing as he passed by. Altair! I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. What's the matter, Princess? Did someone hurt you? No, I just... My father just told me the news today. That I'm getting engaged soon. Her words struck him like lightning. It was something he had expected before, but hearing it still made his heart ache. Really? With whom? King Nazim from Valdrox. Altair had heard about the story of the king who took part in saving the world from the demon lord Thanos. It was simply impossible to compete against a man like that, who was known to be perfect in every way. Well, he had lost an eye, but still. Not to mention that Valdrox was known for its strong army and specially forged weapons. Many kingdoms tried to build an alliance with Valdrox, and what better way than through marriage? Oh. I think that he's a great man. But I barely know him, and Fatima paced around for a while before sighing heavily and continued. I've my eyes on someone else. Princess. Altair knew who she was talking about. He wasn't blind. He understood clearly that the princess fancied the red-headed knight he despised so much. The knight who stole his brother's position as royal knight. Oh, so it's not just like, hey, I'm after the same girl. It is, you took something from my family. Like, okay, not really like took, but you know. Oh, poor Altair. The knight who stole the affections of the woman he loved. Sometimes we have no choice in life. No matter how hard we try, it just won't go exactly how we want it. All we can do is make the most of it. What do you mean? Princess, you are the hope of Requea. From what I heard, the people are disappointed with the current regime. You are next in line, and they're hoping that you'll return us to our prosperous glory days. I know that, but am I not allowed to have feelings of my own? I understand where you're coming from, Princess. I have always idolized my elder brother Reginald, but when Malik skipped over him and took the position of royal knight from him, Reginald had turned into a different person. He became bitter. The person I have looked up to all this time turned into someone different. You can't even tell how disappointed I am. It's like my world revolved around him and now it's crumbling down. Who else should I look up to? What should I strive for next? And the person I care about dearly recently confessed to me that they love someone else. I truly don't know what to do next. I'm sorry, Altair. I finally realized, looking back at my life, that every time I had struggled with the hand I'd been dealt, it was because my expectations clashed with reality. I had created a picture in my head of how life should be, and when things hadn't turned out as expected, I couldn't cope. The only way to resolve them is to face the real situation head on and accept it. And perhaps you should do the same. Maybe it's better for you this way than to end up with someone like Malik. I'm sorry, but that is just my 2 cents worth. No, you should never give up. Don't stop believing. Think positively with belief in your abilities and faith in the future, and you'll pull through. It'll just take time. Someday, you and I will get out of this. And with that, Fatima stomped away. Jeez, she's unbelievable. Okay, the conversations are really good. I don't know what's going on. I do not know what's going on. I don't know if this is a prequel, if it's a sequel to another game, because Otome devs do that. They make sequels and prequels, or they do games that just expand the world they've already created. I don't know. But I love these characters. I love the dynamics, and just the story we've been told so far, I am really enjoying. Even if there's no romance that I'm involved in, I am enjoying reading this as like basically a book and just being like stepping back and being like, ooh, ooh, like, this is good. And so the chance came. War broke out and spread throughout the kingdom. It was said that Veldine attacked Requia first, though no one knew the real reason why. Some said it was caused by a personal vendetta between Armand and Hassan. Many lives were lost, including Armand's only son. The war lasted for 2 long years until... Princess, wake up. Or, princess. Wake up, princess. Commas. Commas and, you know, ending marks are very important, Reaper. 5 more minutes, Altair. We're under attack. The princess rose immediately. Altair didn't hesitate to pull her toward the door. As they went farther and farther outside, the pair was surprised by a certain red-haired knight on the path. Princess! Altair, you're alive. What happened? Let's go. There's no time to waste. The castle's already filled with enemy soldiers. But what of father and mother? Malik's expression darkened, and his gaze shifted toward the mage. Altair quickly realized the meaning behind it and forcefully dragged Fatima the other way. They're gone. This is the next queen. She's no longer princess. She's the next ruler. They're gone. Altair, why? I understand. The mage had no other words as he blasted away through the castle walls, and the 3 of them ran and ran and ran. That day, Requia fell. The golden city that once stood so tall and majestic was now in shambles. King Armand Exarmaris managed to infiltrate Requia's palace and slayed the Sultan and his wife. Citizens of Requia thought that they were doomed, that the kingdom would no longer have a future. But a sliver of hope remained. Princess Fatima managed to escape the palace alongside her 2 most trusted bodyguards. Fatima's sister, Queen Salma, was married to the ruler of Leonora, a neighboring kingdom. If she could somehow convince her younger sister to aid them, they may still have a chance to reconquer Requia. Armand, however, was no fool. He quickly realized the absence of Fatima's corpse and sent for an assassin to murder her. An assassin by the name of Ash. You. Ow! Watch where you're You watch where you're going! The mercenary's eyes widened upon recognizing your voice, and he quickly scampered away. Sorry. You received an urgent letter with the royal seal a few days ago. After reading it, you made haste and accepted it immediately. Upon your arrival, you found King Armand sitting triumphantly on the throne which King Hassan used to occupy before he died. He is the bad guy. You cannot be attracted to the bad guy, Reaper. Reaper. Bad Reaper. So you've arrived. 'Tis I, my lord. The king scanned you from head to toe, a bit cautious of your appearance. Okay, music, the music slaps. There's not been a single track that isn't fucking amazing. Music slaps. Shout out to the music person. So this is what demons look like up close. Hope you like what you see. I think you look like you're made for this job. You huffed. Assassination had been your specialty in the guild. Well then, shall we start? The king launched into a brief explanation about how his greatest enemy's crown princess had escaped, and that no one in Requia should know, lest it might fuel more resistance. You nodded, trying to remember all of the important details. The reason you were so interested in this particular mission was the rewards, my reputation. I just like killing. You know what? My reputation, maybe I haven't killed in a while. My reputation is very important to me. Yeah, let's go with that. Oh, I said rewards. No. Can I go back? Yeah, there we go. My reputation. My bad. I clicked the wrong thing. I saw the R and I was like, ah, yes, that is it. It's the R. Once again, fiddling with the sound. Your reputation as the best assassin in your guild preceded anything else. You would do everything to preserve it. Assassinating a princess would be a perfect opportunity to prove yourself. Yes, my lord. They are on their way to Leonora while avoiding being seen, so I recommend you take the highway. You'll catch up to them in no time. My men spotted them this morning and managed to slow them down, but unfortunately they escaped. Do you have any more questions? About the bodyguards. Yes. Beware the mage. He poses a greater threat to you than the swordsman. Should you encounter trouble on your mission, I have arranged some precautions to help you on your way, though I hope you won't have to resort to them. You silently nodded and bowed deeply before heading on your way. The king gave you a healthy young horse as a mount, and with its speed, you would undoubtedly be able to catch up to your target in no time. Okay, different art style, but I'm liking it. Is this a cave? You remember the old days when demons, your kind, crawled out of Thanos' realm with no direction of what to do. Some were recruited by the guild, and some under the military. The demons were not a race that worked harmoniously with others. In the end, most of them resigned from their positions and went on their merry way. While in the realm, you met the most beautiful demon you'd ever seen, called Serena. She was a mother who had lost her child in her past life, and who now treated you as her own. Naturally, you followed her outside the realm as well. Demonkind was not well accepted in society, but you managed. I hope they'll accept me someday. I'll go with the flow. I'm just gonna go with the flow. Because no offense, having this high of expectations is bad for someone. I'm gonna go with the flow. And you know, maybe be a better person, but all I can do is work on me. I can't really, I don't know, yeah, you can really, ooh. Oh, okay, so I right-clicked and it brought me back to this. Okay, I guess we can save, but can I go back, please? What the? Okay, so right-click brings you to the save menu and right-click can bring you back. That's good to know. I'm gonna go with the flow. If they feared you, then so be it, you thought. You would just do your own thing and not bother them. It was better for everyone. Eventually, Serena began to grow weary of nomad life. She said she wanted to settle down, and you obliged. You parted with her and tried to live in a common establishment. But as a young demon, you wanted something more. Your fighting prowess was unmatched, at least by the village folk, and so you moved to a bigger place for a better career. A prestigious mercenary guild in Valdrox accepted you into their ranks, and you soon rose to the top with ease. However, your demeanor and the fact that you were a demon made everyone else afraid of you. They would quickly sidestep you whenever you entered the room, and no one dared to make eye contact. No matter, you drank alone, not having a care in the world. However, you felt like there was still a void deep inside your heart. Even though you were the best assassin in the guild, you felt like you've achieved nothing. You still had no purpose in life. No drive kept you forward. Aw, poor Ash! The sky began to grow lighter as the sun crept into the horizon. It was already morning when you reached a clearing. You rode as fast as you could. Maybe you'd catch up to them soon. Or maybe we'll face a freaking dragon? Was not expecting that. Your thoughts were abruptly cut off by the sound of roaring and people screaming. Be gone, dragon. Yeah, I'm not sure that's how you get rid of it. Can you slay that blasted dragon already? I'm too busy protecting the princess. Milady, what are you doing? Get out of Malik's way. But I want to heal his wounds. That's not our first priority. Here goes. You saw two men standing in front of a long-haired woman. The knight in the front was fighting the dragon head-on, trying to distract it from the others. The letter described the three people's appearances in great detail, and they matched the description perfectly. The figure in the back must be the princess, then. Your sole target. She appeared to be protected by some sort of magic. You could see the air distort around her because of it. This could be tricky. You could distract them to make an opening, but there's also a dragon. By joining them in the fight and redirecting the dragon toward the girl. Travelers, let me help you. Only the mage turned in response. You dismounted your horse, but it immediately ran away in panic when the dragon blasted its flames in your direction. Thanks. Can you get its attention so I can go in for the kill? I can try. Oh, I'm sorry. We a baddie. We a badass. Do you see this action pose? I can't do. Wait, I need like sword. Like, ha. Oh, we a baddie. Oh, hell yeah. You pulled your twin blades out and charged at the dragon. You just needed to steer the dragon toward the princess and have her accidentally killed. Malik quickly got out of the way as you waved your swords around to taunt the beast. It didn't work though. It was more annoyed by the redhead. You clicked your tongue, visibly annoyed. Time to strike then. You charged towards its backside, landing 2 or 3 slashes, just enough to get it to turn around and focus its enraged eyes on you. The dragon swung its tail furiously as it turned, nearly hitting the mage and princess. Hey, watch it! Behind the dragon, you noticed Malik about to land a fatal blow, but the beast spun its tail again and slammed it against his heavy armor. Oof! The knight was thrown in one fell swoop, his back crashing against a nearby boulder with a loud thud. Malik! I'm fine. Just give me time. Now, the dragon's focus was completely on you. Altair, can't you throw a spell at it? I could, but that would mean putting the shield around you down, milady. I can't risk it. The dragon charged towards you, but you avoided it with ease. Your body spun around like the wind, gracefully. Though the maneuver managed to save your life, it also enraged the dragon further, causing the beast to spit a mouthful of fire breath at you. You tried to avoid it, but in that instant you realized that the dragon's tail was behind you, ready to strike. Ooh, okay. Damn it! Suddenly, a figure flashed in front of you. It was the long-haired figure. The princess herself. Watch out, stranger! Your eyes widened in disbelief. How rash! This princess would die even without your interference. Princess! At that moment, you gripped your swords even tighter. You should... That's not fair! I like her, though! I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna do anything. No, I'm not gonna do anything. She's saving my life. I'm not doing shit. And I like Fatima. And hung there in silence. She would certainly die by her own foolishness. There's no need for you to make the blow even worse. However, you were suddenly blinded by a bright light emitting from the princess's body. Even the dragon was taken aback. Princess! Altair recasted a shielding spell to encompass the two of you, taking the chance to do so in the moment the dragon stepped backward, dumbfounded. At that moment, you saw Malik's silhouette jumping up from behind the dragon and driving his sword down right through its back. The dragon roared as Malik's sword plunged deeper and deeper into its heart, completely impaling it. Like that, the great monster fell, its eyes turning glassy as life left its body. Malik removed his sword. Altair ran toward the princess, catching her as she started to fall. What was that? You. Were you just going to stand there and let her die? She's the princess of... Altair, you idiot! You're ruining our disguise! Malik slapped his own forehead. I'm fine, Altair. I'm just a little tired is all. Fatima finally stood up, helped by Altair. She waved a hand at him, shooing him away, as though to reiterate her point. You're hurt. Altair pointed at the gash on Fatima's right arm, but she just shrugged it off. It'll regenerate in a few minutes. You stared at it, and you were sure that it was starting to close by itself, albeit slowly. Even if you can regenerate, you shouldn't throw your life away like that, princess. You're our only hope. Altair? There you go again. I'm so sorry, princess! You always act so cool and stern, yet you flail when things get dangerous. Or are you too scared of the world outside our castle? Shut your mouth. I'm here because I'm simply worried about the princess. Yes, of course. You don't believe me, do you? Back me up here, princess, please. You've called me princess several times already. I thought we weren't supposed to do that. She glanced at you, which made Altair's blush turn an even deeper shade of red. The mage was clearly caught off guard. I'm just going to... shut up now. Yes, that would be best. Why were these incompetent idiots guarding her again? It was almost too easy. Maybe you should just take your time and play around with them for a bit. So, The princess glanced at you again, fidgeting with her fingers. Right, you should pretend you knew nothing. Wait. What's a princess doing in a place like this? Here we go. Malik sighed, turning toward you as Altair frantically tried to heal the exhausted princess and hide his embarrassment. My lineage as a half granted me my healing abilities, Altair. I am fine, truly. We're really thankful for your help. We need to bring the princess here to her sister. She won't survive out here for long. At least not like this. You tried to muster some basic courtesy toward the person who intended to save your life, whose life you were about to end. I'm Ash. Thank you for saving me, princess. And blast it right you should. Her light and healing abilities are too good to be wasted on a demon. Oh, you're a demon? Don't you see his horns, milady? Definitely a demon. You have to remember that demons have exaggerated features of who they once were. They seem to have mistaken you for a man. I also mistook us for a man. Are we not? What? Wait, I also mistook us for a dude. The fuck? I mean, nothing wrong with it. I'm mask, femme, non-binary. It's all good with me, but oh god, I gotta get out of this thinking. We all gotta get out of this societal thinking of this is how you look to be like a man, woman, non-binary. Like we gotta, fuck me, I gotta get out of that too. Shit. I thought we were quite mask presenting though, so I did assume that we were a man. That was bad on me. They seem to have mistaken you for a man, but no matter. You had your hair cut short because it interfered with your work. You're not exactly well endowed either, so it's an understandable... I get it. Yikes, I'm sorry. Oh, hey, breaking whatever fucking wall in the story, narrator calling you. Okay, buddy. Then, are you friends with Zen? Who? I don't think all demons know each other, milady. It's like asking if I'm friends with some random human merchant at the streets. Right, sorry. Oh, so... Your horse ran away, and now you're stuck here, correct? Where are you going again? I was on my way to apply to the guild in Requia, but it was under attack. So I was going to stop by Lenora Kingdom instead. Oh my, what a coincidence! We're heading there too! That's too good of a coincidence. You failed your first assassination attempt, but an idea suddenly struck you. You saved me from the dragon earlier, and for that I owe you my life. I should give you my sword, at least until we reach there. I will protect you with all my strength. Princess. My name is Fatima, and these two are Altair and Malik. I accept your proposition. You may accompany us on our journey from now on. The more the merrier, right? What? How preposterous! We don't know who he is. He could be an assassin sent by Armand. Yes, that mage was quite the sharp one, isn't he? I don't think so. If he was, he would have stabbed Fatima when he had the chance earlier. It's true. It's true. You were actually going to do that, though, before you decided against it. So let's vote, then. I vote for Ash to come with us. So do I. Ugh. Why am I not surprised? That's decided, then. You're coming with us. Thank you, Princess. So far, the mage wasn't swayed at all. However, you still had a chance to earn his trust. You decided to wait for a better opportunity to strike. How much time? Let's go on for a little bit longer, because I want a few more moments. Malik, What is it, Princess? Your wounds. Can I look at them? They're fine. You don't have to heal me. I insist. You heard a harumph and glanced toward the mage. He was glaring daggers at the both of them, but kept his distance. If you wanted to make nice with this trio, perhaps you should talk with one of them. Talk to the mage, he distrusted me the most. Talk to the princess and the knight, they seemed friendly. Let's go talk to the mage. You know, because we gotta make friends with the people who don't like us. It's for the job. Hey there. What do you want, demon? Get off me. It seemed like you were standing too close, so he shoved you right in the chest. Hold on. I just like the face that we're making. Just, yep, you just did that, bro. That was what? That was what? I didn't know that you were a woman. Please forgive me, ma'am. The mage leapt back, his face completely flushed red. That was very unchivalrous of me. I'm truly sorry. I didn't mean... I take back everything I've said. I don't mind. Most people don't really see me as a woman anyway. I see. Still, it seems like we've gotten off on the wrong foot. I'd like to fix that. Give me a chance to prove that I'm just as civilized as any of the other races. Huh? Well, that seems fair enough. So, I'm Ash. You extended a hand. The mage hesitated a bit before taking it. Altair Bridegard? I think Bridegard, because otherwise it would say like Bride Guard, and I don't like that. Bridegard. Altair Bridegard. I'm sorry about earlier, Miss Ash. We've just been through a lot. He pulled his hand back as quickly as he took it, then looked away, his face somber. I can only imagine. I've heard about what happened to the Golden City. I don't even know if my parents are alive. But no matter. All I have to focus on right now is saving the princess and getting her to safety. That Malik, though, he isn't making this easy. He looked toward the knight. He seemed to be the type who never listens to orders. Then you said, do you envy him or something? Sounds like he's a real pain in the ass. Okay, I don't know why, but I'm slowly going towards Altair. Because, like, I kind of don't want to step in between, you know, people who love each other. So I'm kind of like, you know what, you guys love each other. That's cool. Hi, I'm Reaper. Sounds like a pain in the ass, but he does sound like he could be a pain in the ass. Malik does seem like he could be a pain in the ass, even though I like him. Sounds like he's a real pain in the ass. I'm glad you agree. He's not of noble birth, and yet he treats us all as though we are equals. But isn't that the point of being companions? To be treated as equals? You demons don't really have a grasp on how society works, do you? I would like to educate you in that matter if you'd like. You shook your head. This was getting complicated, and it was not worth the hassle at all. At any rate, you shouldn't fraternize with the princess so much. So you can get your hands on her? What? I'm not the mentally deficient and insensitive barbarian you seem to think we demons are. It's not that. I'm not worthy myself. I'm sure you'll get your chance someday. Thank you for your kind words. Silence again. You were really bad at this conversation thing, weren't you? I also have to apologize for asking who you were before you died. It was really insensitive of me. Don't worry about that. But maybe I can ask, who are you really? I'm a mercenary for hire. I was going to apply at the guild in Requia for new work, but the city was invaded. So I had to change plans. I guess that's the only job available for demons. Other than being thieves and cutthroat murderers? I told you I was sorry, didn't I? Just messing with you. You both smiled. It seemed like you've managed to lower the mage's guard. He even seemed like he enjoyed your company quite a bit. The sky's color began to change just before you left the plains, its red streak starting to overwhelm the clouds. I think it's best we go into the woods and set up camp for the night. We need the cover of the forest to hide from bandits and enemy soldiers. Yeah, I think so too. Just then, you heard someone shouting in the distance, right beyond that hill. Please, sir, I'm nothing but a humble merchant. No one can leave this territory without permission from us, demon. Return to from whence you came. No, please, I'll just become a prisoner. I need this money before... You must be up to some nefarious plan. Come on, or I'll have to use force. What was that? Valadinian soldiers, no doubt. Thankfully, they haven't seen us yet. But they sound like they're harassing one of the survivors. That's not our concern, Malik. We need to leave before they spot us. The princess. As the Knights of Requia, we also have the sworn duty to protect its citizens. Malik dashed away in the direction of the voice, and Altair shook his head. Why must you make things so difficult for us? Damn it! What should we do, Altair? Stay here and prepare to run in case anything happens. I'll protect you. Altair looked at you as if questioning your next move. Help Malik or stay. mean, it was a demon. So do I want to go help the demon? I'll go provide backup for Malik, I think. You know, we got close to the mage, and now we'll get close to the knight. Sorry, but I'm gonna head out for a bit. Not you two. So be it. You approached Malik, who was crouching atop the hill to get a closer look at the men. Upon noticing you, he breathed a sigh of relief and smiled. He pointed at a man with a small cart filled with pots of goods. The man was surrounded by Valdinian soldiers. We'll be confiscating your goods as well. This cargo now belongs to the royal treasury, where it'll be used to rebuild the city. Please, sir, I must deliver these to my terribly ill sister. Are they weapons? No, merely medicines. Please, good sir. Perhaps I can help smooth things over. The squinty-eyed man jingled his pockets. You could hear coins inside them. Trying to bribe officials, are you? Nope, you're coming back with us. We need to help him. Malik swiftly stood up, and you couldn't help but stand up as well. Hey, stop harassing that man. Ah, please help me, good sir knight. Huh? That's... Leave the man be, or feel the wrath of my blade. The knights braced for a fight. Malik immediately leapt at them and attacked, their swords clashing about. Malik was quite skilled to be able to hold his own against them, but you noticed how unstable his stance was. The way he clumsily swung his sword around, the way how the enemies almost got him. Was he getting tired? Or was there something wrong with him? Meanwhile, the squinty-eyed man hurriedly pulled his cart towards you. Miss, can you please help me pull this? I really need it for my life's sake. Wait, he knew you were a woman? No, Help the man, let's go. You rushed toward the man, and together you pulled the cart. Now that you're closer to him, you couldn't help but notice that the man had fangs. Humans weren't supposed to have fangs. Unless... What are you looking at? Ah, these? You're a demon too. And so are you. Great, now we're demon comrades. By the time the cart had reached the top of the hill, Malik had finished disabling the enemy soldiers. He looked completely exhausted, though. The three of you with the cart in tow then retreated back toward the waiting Altair, who was tapping his foot furiously. Wait, I know you. Yes, sirs and ma'ams, 'tis I, Zen, your favorite merchant from the Golden City. I thank you for your assistance. The man bowed. You remembered Fatima mentioning his name before, so this was the Zen she was referring to. How did you escape from the city? Well, I'm a little embarrassed to say, but I used a secret tunnel that leads beyond the town walls, which I normally use to avoid tax. Wait, couldn't you have helped the others escape? You were just thinking of yourself. Us people in the lower district didn't have to escape since those Valdinian soldiers were just trashing the upper district. You know, the nobles' place and whatnot. What? Yeah, we weren't really in danger at all. But alas, a ransacked kingdom is bad for business, no? That's why I left. The man laughed nervously as Altair's brows furrowed even more. Meeting two demons in the same day. What an omen. Oh, but please, I'm already civilized. My profession as a merchant surely demonstrates that. So, where are you heading to, Zen? I was thinking of moving shop, really. I thought you were bringing medicine for your sister. Well, I'm sure she'll be instantly cured from her worries to see me safe and sound. You silently observed the newcomer. He was missing a leg and had it replaced with one made of metal? Ooh! It was not rare for your kind to lose some limbs during the war. Serena's husband, Samuel, had lost a hand from saving her. A demon setting up shop in town, huh? Seems like one of your kind had finally integrated themselves into society. So, I'll head to whatever town you're going to. What? That's a good cover, yes? We could be a band of traveling merchants! This cart would be undeniable proof of that. I know a little about fighting too, of course, so I'll definitely lend a hand when push comes to shove. Let old Zen tag along with you, eh? Please? Zen looked pleadingly toward the princess. It seemed he could tell who really called the shots around here. Princess? This is clearly a trap. It's dangerous having demons in our company. We'll definitely attract more attention than we should. Oh dear, I promise you that I won't be wearing a Requiem knight uniform to intentionally turn heads. I don't know. Since the Valdinian soldiers tried to capture him earlier, we can be sure he's not on their side, right? But we're wanted, princess. And he's absolutely in it for the money. What if he kidnaps you and runs back to where he came from? Sir, I am deeply offended you think of me that way. Just because I'm a merchant and demon. He glanced briefly at you. Doesn't mean I'll double-cross the people who just saved me. Oh no, I absolutely won't. Why do I feel called out a little? I think Zen just called us the fuck out. This is preposterous. Altair made sense though. They're just two of the bodyguards and two of you, who were complete strangers, if any of you mutinied. But we could use the cover. This cart can also slow us down, princess. How are we supposed to move this thing across rough terrain? Don't worry, I've got that one covered. Been pulling this for ages now. The young demon slapped his biceps. Fine then, I'll allow you. But it's also because you've been selling seashells to my sister. That's right, these are the antiques I was about to sell. Your sister would absolutely love these. He took a few seashells from his pot to prove his point. And one for free, dear princess, for your kindness. Thank you, Zen. Oh, and this is Ash, Malik, and Altair. Hello. Nice to meet you all. Then you and your cart can go in front. At least if an enemy spots us, you'll be the first to get hit, and we can watch your back. Yes, that's fine by me. Zen bowed once more before proceeding to pull his cart. The four of you followed behind him at a distance. It was rare to meet a fellow demon, especially one so civilized. He seemed to be curious about you as well, but you need to make sure that your traveling companions do not get suspicious of you. You decided to walk with Zen, walk with the others. I kind of want to stick with the others. I'm sorry, I kind of want to hang out with them. You walked beside Fatima and her company. They seemed to be glad to have you along. Even Altair seemed more relaxed. Hey, I need to speak to you for a moment. Altair grabbed Malik's arm and the two walked behind you, speaking in a hushed tone. Huh. It's odd to see them getting along with each other. I hope it's not Altair berating Malik again. Yeah, I hope not. So, have you ever been to the Golden City? I've never been there. I've only heard about... What? Not so loud, idiot! Oh, please ignore them. I can tell you about the Golden City if you want. You're interested in listening in on their conversation, but you could also gain Fatima's trust here in order to lower her guard. What did you decide to do? Let's humor Fatima, because if I need someone to have my back, their boys are gonna listen to her. Sure, that'd be great. Right, so the Golden City is a beautiful place filled with big, towering houses. It's not actually gold, but most of the people were prosperous and... Yeah, ha ha ha. What are you laughing at? Sorry, but I just gotta interrupt. I hope you don't mind me asking, princess. But have you actually ever been downtown? I did go once when I met Malik. Did you see beautiful towering buildings there? See, I was from downtown, and the only thing you'd ever find there are slums. Not everyone was exactly fond of the monarchy either, mind you. Probably why King Armen didn't bother going downtown. Oops. That can't be right. Everyone was happy before the raid. When was the last time the monarchy even went downtown anyway? No, wait. When was the last time any of you stepped outside at all? We did, when my sister Salma got married. Ah, yes, of course, the celebration. Back then, all we could remember was the tax increasing. Not to mention, we weren't even invited. Surely the castle was too big to fit each and every one of you. But big enough to fit all the nobles? How curious. Fatima stepped back. It did seem to her that none of what Zen said was wrong. I'm sorry. All my life I was ever educated on how to behave properly and dance gracefully, so that someday I'd marry a king. And even then, Salma got to marry first. I know so little of the outside world. I just assumed that if the monarchy was prospering, then everyone else must be too. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure you have a chance to learn more about ruling. If you survive the journey, that is. The squinty-eyed man exchanged a look with you. Something gleaming in his eyes. And we're all looking forward to that, right, Lady Ash? Yes. Did he know? Right. I'll do my best. But first, I have to retake my kingdom. Okay, and with that, I'm going to save it. Because that's been... We'll save it there. Okay, so that must be the dragon in the back. So that's us. That has to be a dragon. Obviously, that is Fatima. Okay. I love the characters. Oh god, look, if you have good characters and like character development and like fun, witty characters, I'm gonna love your game. Like, it's very simple. It just good characters go a long way in my book. There's good characters. There's something the fuck going on with these demons. Like, I thought Zen actually did want to be a good part of society, and I think deep down we want to be a good part of society, but we can't because we can only be a mercenary in some sense. But it's like not because we're like, oh yeah, we want to kill everyone who's not a demon. It's just those are the only jobs that are available to us as demons. But then Zen is being like, you know, looking at us, and I'm like, are you looking at me because you know who I am and you're gonna protect the princess? Or are you looking at me because you know internally how demons act, so you're like, ah yes, we're gonna like team up to like take her out? What is it? I also want to know if choosing now, since I chose to speak to Altair, and then I chose to follow Malik, and then I chose to help Zen with the cart, I wonder if they are the romances, and if those choices meant anything, or is it just I am a side character and I'm going to watch how the others play out? Like, I don't know, but I'm excited to see it. Also, again, music slaps. There was not a single bad track in that entire play. Every track was a banger. Good shit to the composer. Yeah. That's the one bad thing about my plan for Sexy Spicy September, is that I'm doing a new Otome every day. And so I'm like, I want to know more, but I can't do anything for the next like 30 days because I'm doing a new game every day. So I will be super excited when we can come back to this game, whether it's on Twitch, whether it's on YouTube and I'm playing myself, to complete and continue these stories, because I am very, very interested. And I love the lore, and I'm so glad we didn't read the lore, and I'm glad I'm finding it out through the story, because I love what they're doing with the different parts of the world, different races. It's just really nice. I don't know, it meshes really well. Even though the demons are seen as a lower or bad class, they still mesh really well into the story. I just love it. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, you guys. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video as well. All the information about the game and the dev will be down in the description box below. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, comment that you want to see more of it. Maybe I'll play it sooner if more people want to see it. And as well, all of my info is down in the description box below. I stream on Twitch during this time as well. So if you want to come over and watch me record something live, that's your place to do it. And with that, I hope you have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.